What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up?
What's going on? So welcome to Friday's episode. So that's where we talk about everything else outside of cyber, right? Movies, books, games, all that cool stuff. Sometimes cyber bleeds in, but for the most part, you're just listening to us sit here and pontificate about why are they calling it vibe coding and things of that nature. Old men shaking their fists at the clouds is what you're listening to. But definitely tune in. If you have not already, go back, listen to our more cybersecurity related episodes. If you're listening to this and you're hearing all this, you're probably listening to us on a podcast platform. But we're also available on 1FM out of the Atlanta metro area, or the TuneIn app on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. So you can check us out there. You get the full week's episode on that one. So without further ado, Shannon, how was your week?
Man, it was good, man. Like, back to your old man comment, like, I know we talk about this offline, but like, I definitely feel older than I am. Like, my oldest daughter, she's no longer in the house to keep me grounded under what's the new sayings out there now, right? It's like, I'm back to saying cowabunga and rad again, you know what I mean? Because I'm so old, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But yeah, man. So it was a good week, man. I can't complain. My mother-in-law was in town for a visit, so we went and did some things with her, showed her.
Awesome.
She comes every Christmas, right? So like Christmas time is usually us in the house, like enjoying each other and doing stuff like that. But we went out a little bit with her, showed her some things. So
sure, it doesn't snow here year round.
Like, yeah. Yeah. It's not always snow. But no, it was. I believe she had a good visit with her coming out, so that was a good time. The wife and I, like I told you before, I know I've said this like probably for the last couple of weeks now, but like we find ourselves watching old stuff together. Bernie Mac show, still watching that. It's crazy. Like some of the stuff he says on that show, or he said on that show, I should say, past tense. I'm like, man, it wouldn't fly today. It's just like, wow, you know what I mean? And even then, it was kind of edgy, right? Because he was like, I'll say what you don't want to say, you know what I mean? Like, I'll bust these kids' heads to the white meat, you know what I mean?
To the white meat.
To the white meat, you know what I mean? Like, some of the stuff he'd say, like, man, you can't get away with that nowadays. Even on the replays, I'm like, I'm surprised they let that slide, you know? Some terminology that may not be as accepted today, you know what I mean? Not anything too very vulgar, but just like, you know, there's a different term for that class of people. But that was early 2000s, right? Early 2000s TV, and even on the replays they do it. Because I know, like when I watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like hilarious show, right? But like you gotta have the stomach for it, right? But there's 5 episodes that they took out of streaming rotation because they depict blackface in them, you know what I mean? So I kind of expected the same type of thing for some.
They had that many?
5. So like they do a few of them. They do a few of them where they do Lethal Weapon remakes, but they're all white, right? It's like who's playing Danny Glover, right? So it's I get it. Like it's not for everybody, but it is kind of humorous, and I hate to say that, but like it's just like wow, like you guys are.
I think it all comes down to context. Like so, and I'm just. Because I'm sure somebody's ears perked up when I said that. Tropic Thunder. I don't want that movie to ever go out of circulation.
I know.
It's so good. And yes, you know, like he's depicting himself playing a character who's playing a character, right? So a master class in acting. If you're gonna do it, you have to do it that well. In that movie, they do it so well.
And the thing is, like Robert Downey Jr., he's beloved now, right? And he readily admits, he was like, yeah, we couldn't do that in this day and age. He was like, just the way that things are, like, it's just not, the portrayal couldn't be done, right? Like, I don't know if you've ever seen, what's his name? Country singer, Harry Connick Jr. Years and years and years ago, he had a blackface incident. Right. So he's very sensitive to it. Like he was on a show. I can't remember what the show was, but somebody was doing blackface and he was serious about, hey, you can't do that. Like he had learned his lesson. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I had to learn that is not right. I'm trying to impart on you. That is not right. You know what I mean? But I can't remember the show. But I want to say it was overseas. I want to say he was in Australia or something like that. Right. So it wasn't America. But he was like, hey, I want to point out to you that is not okay. But I watched Tropic Thunder probably about a month ago or something like that, man.
Okay.
Like I came across it on the thumbnail. I was like, that's funny. I was like, let me watch that. You know what I mean? But you got to be careful with certain things like that. But been watching Bernie Mac. Back to the original point. Been watching Bernie Mac. The wife and I. We actually went out and saw Ballerina in the theaters, man.
Okay.
If you're a John Wick fan, man, make it happen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you're a John Wick fan, this is a good one, man. Because I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be good, but I was expecting a little bit of disappointment. But they keep the action going pretty good. Just when you think, and this is me, right? Just when you think you're gonna get into more talking and going through
Yeah.
story and whatnot, like it picks up again with the action. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm down. I'm for it.
It'll
Let's
get you just enough. Like
yeah,
at some point we have to explain what's going on. And
yeah.
then right back to the action.
Yeah. And it's pretty good, right? And I'm not ruining anything. Like when you watch the trailer, you'll see Keanu Reeves is in it. And like some of the scenes, like it looks like it's stuff from like it takes place between episode 3 and 4, right? Or movie 3 and 4 is where it takes place. But there's certain things that you'll pick up on. You're like, oh, like there was one point where I was pretty sure when I saw him reach for a gun, like his finger was already missing, like was in the third one. Right. So like some time has gone by because when you think about it, like when you think from John Wick 1 to 4, I'm like, as I think about this all happened in the span of like maybe 3 weeks, right? Because like you think about it, the first one ends like he's chasing them. They're chasing them, right? And in the second one, something happens. And then it's like the third one picks up where the second one left off. He's excommunicado
Right.
at that
Yep.
time, right? So like, I'm like, man, it's only been like 3 weeks between these movies, you know what I mean? But
His condition is amazing.
gotta be, right?
I'm like, I gotta go sit down somewhere. I'm so
Yeah.
tired.
But here's the thing. Here's what you don't think about that is happening though, right? So like some of these in some of these parts he's going overseas, right? He travels overseas. So like maybe there's some time lapse there, but they don't show it. Right. They don't show him on the phone. They don't show him on a boat if he takes a boat. That's the long route, right? But so maybe it is more than like 3 weeks time, but like this stuff doesn't it's happening quickly. But yeah, in the movie he's in it for a little bit, right? But yeah, it's John Wick. And it's him John Wicking it up. You know what I mean? And they're John Wicking it up.
So is it like, not to give anything away? So is it kind of like not necessarily a handoff, but like, okay, it's a spinoff. It has its own main character. Let's just introduce him so you realize that this is a universe with John Wick in it, but not necessarily that he has to carry the movie. It's more like, here's a cameo, let you know like this is what's going down.
This is the world of John Wick. Yeah,
Right.
it's not a handover thing. Like the way they can do another one. I'll tell you that right now, right? They can do another one. But the way that it goes, like it made me think I need to go back and watch. So like I told you, it happens between 3 and 4. The way some of the events happen in the movie, I'm like, I need to go back and see if they had the foresight to include this in certain things that you see in the episode. I'm like, I wonder if I saw this in episode 3 or 4. So, which means I just gotta watch them again, right? Like,
They
okay,
got you, yeah.
terrible. So that sucks for me, right? A movie series
Right.
that I love. I gotta watch it again.
You see the main character, or the character of this one, like pirouetting, and the other one like dancing by. So I do want to check it out, but I still haven't seen 4. Like 4 is not available though. 4 is available to stream,
I
so I got
saw
to
that.
watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is it on Peacock or no? Where was it at? Paramount or where did I see it? I
HBO?
thought I saw it somewhere for free. Was it HBO? One
I
of my
don't know.
numerous
I
streaming
think.
services. I saw it for free. Uh,
Right.
but yeah, I was like, okay, I was like, I gotta make that happen. I'm probably gonna watch The Accountant 2 again as well because that's on Amazon.
Yeah, I saw
Saw
that.
that
Yeah,
in
yeah. I still got
theater.
to watch the first one.
Oh my gosh, Ryan! It's a good series. It's a good series. I think he did a very good portrayal of someone that is what's it called, neurodivergent. I think is what they call him. He did a very good portrayal of that. If you've ever been around people that have that condition, you're like, man, that's pretty spot on.
Gotcha.
How he portrayed it, and it wasn't in a mocking tone or in a
Right.
mocking way either, right? Like it was very, very much. This is how they would be productive members of society with things that they can do, right? So it was pretty good. Good on Ben Affleck for that. But yeah, it's Ballerina is good. If you like John Wick, you like the world of John Wick, you will like this, right? And again, you got
Okay.
other characters. It's not just Keanu Reeves, right? Like so, like again from the trailer, Winston shows up. Luke, what's his name? Luke Lance Reddick, the one
Yeah,
that
Lance
passed
Reddick.
away.
Oh, he's actually in this one?
He's in it. Yeah. So he was filming
Oh,
this.
wow.
He was filming this when he passed. So
Oh,
like
okay. Gotcha.
Sharon does actually show up in this for a little bit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was like, oh man, okay. I was like, Lance. So I don't know if you're going to see him going forward, right? Because he was filming this one. But AI in this day and age, maybe you never know, right? Tom Cruise is
Right.
against it. He didn't want Val Kilmer to show up for the next Top Gun using AI, right? He was 100% dead set against it. But who knows when it comes to Lance Reddick, whether or not he'll show again.
Yeah. They're going through negotiations now about all that stuff, because like some actors have given their likeness, like James Earl Jones. He gave his voice to Darth Vader going forward, right? Like, made signed the contract, said, "I am the voice of Darth Vader. Do what you will with it."
So does his estate benefit from that then? So like his
Mhm.
family will get the money. And here's the thing,
Yeah,
like there's no going away from that. Like it is so iconic that his voice, it's one of those things where it will always be that. I don't think they'll ever go away from that. Like his voice was already unique in itself. And the fact that it was Darth
yeah,
Vader, like you'll never go away from that. It's perfect. You can't picture anybody else doing that. Like you can, like I can't picture it being Vin Diesel with his gravelly voice or anybody else that has a voice
right.
that's just different. You know what I mean? Like it's just what it is. So good on it, good on him, good on his family that he's going to allow that to go forward, right? And again, with technology being what it is, I mean, he could say anything, you know, the rubber baby, bunker baby,
So that's the
glove.
problem they're going through right now. He's in Fortnite, and people are manipulating him to say things he should not be saying. So there's always a counter, right? So somebody will always find a way to mess this up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we just gotta hope. We gotta hope we're smart enough, which I don't know if we are. A person is reasonable. What is it? A person is reasonable. People are irrational. Is the saying,
Yeah.
right? So, that's just how it goes. But yeah, he's. It. I 100% think that was a good thing for him to do going forward. It just keeps the legacy alive. But yeah, that's pretty much been it for us, man. Wife and I went and did a little shopping yesterday. Like I told you off air, we did a little bit of cleaning in the house. Had to clean my closet out, man. Like since I've been retired, I've been like my wardrobe has expanded. I don't just wear one thing every day,
Right.
right? Since I'm retired, so
Oh man,
like,
I miss it. I miss it. I
yeah.
just have 5 uniforms in rotation, just ready to go.
So yeah, man, it's changed. So I'm like, man, I got to get rid of some of the stuff. Like some of the stuff I got rid of, I'm like, I even had when I was still in the military, right? But I'm like, something weird is going on where this stuff goes in my closet, and my closet is shrinking it. I got to get somebody to come out and look at
Man,
that. My closet is shrinking my clothes. You know what I mean?
same over here.
But that's it for me, man. What about on your end?
So, another week of you know, getting the podcast ready and things of that nature. But I started getting proofs for the book. So every time you put your book through a distribution channel, they send you a proof. They're like, hey, let's make sure this looks good to you. So I've gotten them back from uh Book Vault is the one. If you buy it through the other side of firewall.com, you can pre-order right now, and then you'll get the chance to pre-order it, and then it actually releases on the 8th. That one has its own proof. Then Amazon has its own proof, which Amazon you can pre-order the ebook, but you can't pre-order the book because they don't allow that until the book goes live. It's weird. So look out for that if Amazon's your book store of choice. And then I got one from Lulu. So Lulu services like Walmart and a few other big names. So I got that one back as well. So I got a bunch of just random, like I look very vain. I just got my book all over the place. But really, it's just to have these different copies to make sure, like, okay, because they all are different. Like the one that you get from, I think yours will be Book Vault will be different than the one that's my if they get it from Lulu, and anything underneath them. I got one coming from Barnes and Noble as well. I got to check out because Barnes Noble Press has their also their own printing press, so to speak, right? Like they print their own copies, so they'll all be a little bit different in that regard. So, but yeah, if you have not pre-ordered the book yet, ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and do so. Let me know what the demand is. All right, give me a little sneak peek before it hits the shelves on July 8th. And then I'm putting together my own little book tour. So I've reached out to all the local bookstores. I reached out to like 7 or 8 different local bookstores, as well as my local Barnes and Noble libraries, things of that nature. Try to go there, do some signings, talk to the editor, or talk not talk to the editor, talk to the author, and things of that nature. So trying to generate some buzz on a local level. So look out for those things. Aside from that, though, I saw 28 Years Later last night with the boys, and pretty good. So I don't think it's a Shannon jam. All right, it
I haven't
gets
seen the other two. I haven't seen Days and
so
Weeks.
I learned because if you're looking for 28 days later, they're charging for it now, right? You gotta rent it from somebody. Pluto. So there's a app called Pluto through my TV, and they had it with commercials. So I checked it out, and I was like, I forgot. So it's a 2002 movie, um, and it looks like it, and it's a little bit slower, right? And then it gets to that action. So it prepared me for this movie. So this movie starts out, I do a little bit of world building. It's 28 years later, right? Since the virus hit, called it the rage virus, and it goes from there, right? So it gets pretty hot and heavy to at the very beginning. Like you're getting like these different variations of the quote unquote zombies because they're not really zombies, right? Like these people spread the infection through biting and scratching the blood, things of that nature. But it really just makes you go insane. Like it's literally makes you enraged and you start tripping out, running around, screaming. So they're fast zombies, right? But over the 28 years, they've evolved. So some of them are faster, some of them are bigger, some of them are slower, right? So if you watch the trailer, it's a father son type story where he's taking them on his first kill. Right, you gotta learn how to hunt these things when you're out in the wild, and then it takes off from there. And it's really good, but then it gets to a point where it's like weird horror movie with a heart type vibe, where it slows down significantly, and then it picks back up. So I think that's going to turn some people off. But as a total package, I thought it was pretty good.
I saw the trailer when I went to see Ballerina. It was one of the trailers they showed.
Yeah. So if you like your zombies to be fast and lethal, then this is the movie for you. They don't shamble around. The zombies are about that action as well, and they've evolved. What I did not know, and people are gonna judge me again, because I took my youngest to see Deadpool and Wolverine, thinking like they'll drop a couple f bombs. They dropped like 117 f bombs in that movie. It was very very egregious, and I was like, man, that was a mistake. He really enjoyed it. He's to this day, he's like, that's one of my favorite Marvel flicks. I took him to see this, and I watched the first one, and there was brief nudity, brief at the very beginning, because it's European, right? Like these movies are always in the UK. They okay with with the nudity. They're not so okay with gun violence, right? They're opposite flip to America. So I've stopped in the Dublin airport, and I just have like nude magazines just on the shelf. Like they don't really care about that stuff. This movie, I didn't think about it, but it makes sense. It's 28 years later. Like any clothes they were wearing are gone. So there's a lot of nudity in this movie, mostly male. They do a really good job of covering up the ladies, but yeah, it's a lot of uh uh male frontal nudity. I was like, oh man, I didn't think about it. And of
And
course,
of
he
course,
loved
he
the
loved
movie.
it. This is where IMDb comes in handy because they have the parents' guide to know or something like that. When you look
I should have
on
looked it up.
IMDb, yeah,
I
they'll
should have
tell
looked it
you,
up.
hey, it's a 9 out of 10. You know what I mean? It's gonna
Yeah.
have stuff everywhere and swearing.
Yeah, because I don't care about the violence. Because again, I'm very American, right? So there's some really, it gets real gruesome. Like there's some real, like at the very beginning, there's some kill shots. You're like, oh, he loved it. And then as you get deeper into the movie, they start running into hordes of these things, and 98% of them don't have clothes, right? Because they, like, you're the only way they'll be wearing clothes if they're new zombies, right? Like the old zombies, they don't have no clothes no more. They're just shambling around. So we're not really shambling. Like as soon as they see you, they sprint. They full on like. So you might like it. You might just have to skip the middle part. There's like a good 10 15 minutes where you're just like, I get what they're trying to get to the humanity of it. I get that. But like I think in your case and even my case, I would have hit the skip button on it. Like, all right, let's get back to the so I would give it an 8. It's a solid 8. But I've seen ratings as high as 9s and 10s. Like people really love this movie. And I like how they pulled it forward, right? Like this is like legitimately the series started in 2002. Its sequel 28 weeks later came out in 2007, and now it's 2025. Like they really went painstakingly through to try to get this thing to be modernized. They did a really good job.
Do you have to have watched the other two to watch this last one? Do you have to have that backstory?
No, they do a really good job at the very beginning doing the recap, and there's only one cameo. And if you're not really paying attention, you won't even notice. I had to point out to my oldest son. I was like, remember that one zombie in this particular situation? He was like, yeah. I was like, remember the first movie? And he was like, I was like, yeah. So they pulled it forward, but that's it. I'm sure there's some other little Easter eggs and things of that nature, but they do a really good job of get like the very beginning, like which was a little unsettling. For my oldest, he was like, "Oh man, that scene was wild." They get you up to speed pretty quick. So yeah, you don't have to watch the other two. And just like John Wick, I can see that they can. I don't know what you would call it. Like I'm sure they're gonna have to do some kind of spinoffs because you've exhausted the 28 moniker, right? Like you do 28 months, like you do a prequel,
You'd have to go like to where it's in the future. You know what I mean? Like
right?
in
Right.
space or something.
So I think they've exhausted that. So that if they do any more, which they can, like they do a really good job of fleshing out this universe, especially in this movie. Because in the first two, you're in it, right? Like again, 28 days, 28 weeks. This one, 28 years. You're like, okay, the rest of the world is doing certain things as well. So you're like, oh, okay, like I can see them expanding. Because this one is in Scotland. So and I think the first one was in London because I remember seeing Big Ben in it. So. It's definitely European centric, but I can see them expanding to other areas as well. So I thought he did a great job. Again, I didn't need the the middle was a little thick for me. 15-ish minutes you could have gave back to me. Aside from that though, I've been still playing Expedition 33. The reason it's not a long game, I just been getting my butt kicked. Like this game is hard for me. I can only imagine. Like some people are like, ah, it's not a hard game. My reflexes are just not what they used to be. So there's lots of dodges and parries, even though it's a turn-based RPG. So I had to call in the reserves. I had to call my oldest son in. So I finally beat a boss that was kicking my butt for weeks because I would play it, get frustrated, put it down. I finally played it yesterday, beat him, made it through four more bosses, like mini bosses, and I got to the next big boss, getting worked again. So I gave him the sticks. He was able to get further than I was, but he still got trounced. So I was like, okay, it is hard because he likes Souls like games where they're like hard on purpose. So he definitely has the skills, but it was a little bit difficult for him. So I was like, okay, I don't feel as bad, but I know I got him as backup now. If I can't get past something, I'll give him the sticks. So hopefully he gets me through this one today. I don't have no shame in it. All right, I'm still playing, but it's hard. Like some games are just are getting beyond me now.
You still have the experience. If you sit there and watch him do it, you're like, okay, I still
Yeah.
get the experience of it all, right?
Yeah, which is fun because I get to talk trash. Because he talk trash when he watch me play. Now I get to flip the roles. And then for the Switch too, I'm still playing Mario Kart, still loving it. Great game. And I'm excited. There's a new Donkey Kong, which I knew about before. Like they were showing it, but it comes out in July. So July 17th, I believe, is when it releases. So that'll be my next one that I pick up. And I after I beat Clear Obscure Expedition 33, then I'll go back and play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But I don't want to mix the two. I just want to get through this one because it's definitely fun. But then I want to go back to Zelda and finally finish that one on the new hardware. So that's pretty much it for me, man. And then next week, same. I got to get back into to try and get this book tour rolling and begging people to pre-order the book, which you can find on the other side of firewall.com. Please pre-order it. Um, yeah, that's it. So good week. Cannot complain. Definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. So again, Monday, Tuesday are topics, Wednesday discussion, Thursdays Ask a CISSP, where you can hear interviews just like the ones captured in the book. So definitely check that out. And then Fridays, everything else, movies, books, games, all that cool stuff like we talked about. Now, hopefully by next Friday, I'll have an update where I beat the game. So definitely check that out. Hit up all the websites again that go by our name, the other side of firewall.com, ramcyber.com. You can reach me at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy on LinkedIn is where I'm most active. Stay safe, stay secure.